Investors, how do you feel about your time management? Be honest. Do you get as much done in a week, in a month, as you want to? No? Well, let me share with you my favorite time management tool. I'm James. I'm the CEO of the Mogul Realty Group. I've got about 250 income properties of my own, and we work with a ton of investors. And so I know what it's like to try to build a portfolio. In fact, I've been building mine for almost 15 years. If you guys want to stay up to date with tips, advice, strategies, tactics, everything that matters when it comes to being a real estate investor, subscribe. And if you like this tip, hit that like button at the end. Now, my favorite time management tool is just a good old-fashioned calendar. That's it. It's not super sexy. It's not super flashy, but I live and die by the calendar. And there's an art and a science to filling it out properly. So let me talk to you about how I do that. Well, let's imagine for a second that you have a blank slate. You've just got a big, wide open, empty calendar. Okay. What do you put in it? How do you decide what goes in there? Well, this is the order of operations I use to fill that calendar. First and foremost, I put in self-care items that help me stay in a positive headspace. Just like when the plane's going down, you got to put on your own air mask first. You will get more done every week, I promise, if you invest your time first into doing things that make sure you feel energized, recuperated, revitalized, positive, happy, in a good zone. Great, that goes in first. Next, I pick the things that directly contribute to the result that I'm trying to accomplish. You want to flip a house? Okay, well, you better put some time in there to find houses to flip. You are looking for an awesome pre-sale? You better put time in there to be visiting show suites, talking to developers, researching on websites, researching markets, reading all of the paperwork from each offering memorandum and stuff like that. You want to find a wholesale deal. You better make time to go knock on doors, drop flyers, and work your digital marketing angle to find those motivated sellers. Whatever it is that you need to do to contribute to the result that you want in your real estate investing practice, put that in next. You got to do it. The next thing I put in, and this is one of my sneaky little tricks, but it gets so good, is I put in time to prepare and transition. I'll tell you, nothing will scramble your brain faster than having back-to-back priorities, meetings, tasks, whatever. Because one little variance, and now you're behind schedule for the day, everything's shot. And that's when it gets really easy to get overwhelmed. That's when it gets really easy to just say, to heck with it, I'll save it till the next day. That's when it gets easy to skip things that are really important, deprioritize things, etc. So I'm very, very mindful as I populate that calendar. Do I need 15 minutes or half an hour to get my information in order, get my email sorted, get my head in the right headspace? Do I need half an hour after to just kind of clean up and put things away? Or do I need half an hour to drive from one place to another? Do I need transition time? Do I need warm-up time? Absolutely. I need it. So I put that in. And then I put in time to do the work. Do the work. Well, what does that mean? For example, those of you that are thinking about doing joint ventures, some of the work you got to do to get a joint venture done is really meet with joint venture partners. If I don't put in time to meet with potential joint venture partners, I might have a meeting that comes up and I don't have time on my calendar to meet, and now I'm canceling other stuff. That sucks. I don't want to do that. So in my calendar for the next 6 months, I'll have a little time block in there that says meet with potential partner. Who am I meeting with? I don't know, but I know I'm meeting with somebody, so I want to plan for it. I'm planning for success. Next little thing that I do with my calendar is once I kind of have that roadmap in place and planned out for the quarter or for the year or however far out you want to forecast, you gotta be okay with shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. What do I mean by that? In Outlook, each of those calendar entries are little blocks that can be moved around. They're things I gotta do, but if a joint venture partner wants to meet with me at the time I was going to spend reviewing potential properties I want to purchase, well, I kind of want to meet with that joint venture partner. But I don't want to skip out on reviewing my properties. So I'll click and drag the meeting that says joint venture partner to the right place, and then put in the name meeting with Joe Investor. I'll click and I'll drag my property review time to where that needs to go. And now I've still got everything I need to do done. I'm just working the calendar. So don't think your calendar is like this set in stone thing that if you don't adhere to it, you're in big trouble. It's fluid. It's organic. You set a plan in place for a successful week. And then as the week gets closer and closer, you start shifting around the pieces so that your week reflects getting the things that you need to do done, but you do them at the right time. So that's what I mean when I say I live and die by the calendar. I know what I'm going to be doing every single day because I look at my calendar and the things that are in there are actually reflective of the things that I'm going to do. Investors, I'm telling you, it's super important to have a mastery of that calendar tool. Once you get the hang of it, it makes it so much easier to put all of your mental energy into doing what you need to do instead of putting your mental energy into feeling overwhelmed or remembering where you're supposed to be next or wondering, am I forgetting something, and all that stuff. That's a thought destroyer. That'll erode your sense of mental well-being. You don't want that. No, sir. No, ma'am. You just want to have a solid calendar that you can follow. And then once you have those important things in, just follow along and move them as you need to. That's it. I love the calendar. It's the best tool for time management. But you got to get good at using it, because once you do, you'll get more done while simultaneously feeling less overwhelmed. I can tell you from experience, it's a beautiful thing. Now, that's just a brief overview of my favorite time management tool. But hey, if you want to think in terms of time management, you want to get more out of your 24 hours, I go deep. I'm pretty obsessed with time management. I had a really nice talk about it, and it's worth checking out. So follow the link in the description, because that video is like a 1-hour deep dive into the minutia of managing your time super effectively. So if you're into it, check it out. And if you like what I had to say, give me a like. Because guess what? I like you too.